Welcome to Anglia Car Auctions. We're here in Kings Lynn and it is just 2 days before our fantastic bumper November auction taking place on Saturday and Sunday the 4th and 5th of November. Now viewing takes place tomorrow, Thursday and Friday all day, and what I thought I'd just do now is give you a little bit of a whistle-stop tour, a little bit of a quick sneaky preview of what delights we have coming in, starting with the first car in the sale being offered on Saturday at 12 o'clock is this fantastically bright blue, really stylish Borgward Isabella. Right hand drive supercar. It's an older restoration and it's being offered on a no reserve basis, so it'd be fantastic to see how that goes. Closely followed by this Fiat Uno. Now these are this was a very economical car. This is the ES, which I think stands for extra economy. Well, it doesn't, no, can't, but whatever it stands for is a high economy model. 900cc engine, quite advanced with a little fuel gauge, the economy meter at the time. Apparently, if you drove it carefully, it would give you an average fuel consumption of 67.5 miles to the gallon. But it's a one owner car, no reserve, really, really great to see. Now, if you like fast cars, stylish cars, this is one of 2 Bentley Continental GTs that we have in the sale. This car, 600 horsepower, nigh on a 200 mile an hour machine, is entered with the most attractive guide price, £7,500 to £9,500. So a lot of car for your money. Similar guide is this Ford Capri. It's a 2.8 injection. Now Freddie and myself went and picked this up locally and we drove it back, did a little video online. It's being sold on behalf of a deceased estate, but a really, really great little project. We have over here Rover P4, one of 2 in the sale. This looks a cracker. Loads of spares that come with it, as you can see on the back. Figaro, all things come in pairs, good things. So this is one of 2 Figaros in the sale. Cracking colour. Normally they come in a lovely pastel shade, but I think this metallic red really, really suits it. The little Riley 1.5. We've got a TR7. One of 2 TR7s. Now this one is a standard 2 litre convertible. Over behind me is a V8 Grinnell TR7. Now it's worth buying just for the sound alone. Go on the catalogue, just listen to the video of it just going down the road. It sounds really, really beautiful, really, really lovely. We've got 2 MG ZS's in the sale. Now this, they're both the V6 180 horsepower lady cars with these lovely little wing vents. This one, affectionately called Lola, has been used by our vendor just for a few fun track days, and this is going through on Saturday. On Sunday we have another one which is 17,000 miles from you. Fantastic condition. Great little Daimler Conquest, guided £2,000 to £3,000. What a lot of car. Beautiful leather interior, got a Wilson pre-select box. Fantastic to see that going through. Bright yellow Triumph Spitfire 1500. And what a car, what a colour. Very, very, very rare. An Opel Commodore. Now it's a 2.8 litre 6-cylinder engine with the most funky, fantastic 70s sort of red velour interior. Automatic car, you won't see many of those on the road. Talking of rarity, look at this Sunbeam Rapier Fastback. Now it does come with its original steel wheels and trims. This has got later seats fitted which are far more comfortable than the originals, but the originals do come with it should you want to return it to standard. Pillarless, as you can see, really, really stylish car. Very, very rare. Little Hillman Imp, great to see. A30 Austin, and we've got this rather nice Daimler Sovereign. To my left is this Fiat 2CV, it's the Bamboo edition. Now we've got 3 or 4 2CVs in different variants in the sale. This one we're guiding £2,000 to £2,500. It looks a cracker to me, so I'm sure it'll do very well indeed. MGB GT, I think we're 5 to 7 on this, and the same colour we have an MGB Roadster with a similar guide. I'm going to mention, oops, just walk into that exhaust, this Spitfire Mark III. Now this is being used as a track day car, so it's got a really hot road cam in it. I did take it down the road. It does need to be warmed up, but when it's warmed up, this is an absolute riot. Really great fun. I'd love to see someone take this on and have a little bit of enjoyment, maybe do a few track days or hill climbs. Really inexpensive way to get into a bit of fun motorsport, and you can drive it to the circuit and enjoy it. We're guiding it at £4,000 to £6,000. Car that's had loads of interest is this Fiat Panda 4x4. Great looking car. One that we have sold some years ago, didn't we, Dale? Yep. Dale's behind the camera. You can't see him, but you can just about hear him. So loads of interest in that, great to see it. We always have quite a number of Land Rovers in the auction. This has come straight from its one and only owner, a local farm in North Norfolk. So really great to see. This is exactly how I like to see them. A few little marks and scuffs on it, but a really good, honest example. We've got this fantastic Chrysler Coupe and the Austin 7. Out here, MG Magnet. To my left, the Lancia Aurelia B10. We've then got the Jaguar Mark 8. Another car that's really getting a lot of interest on the net is this Porsche 924S. Now, I like these cars. I think they've really come of age. Great looking car and a really good entry-level classic car to own. Great little badge on the front being a Porsche. These are getting a lot of interest. The BMW generation Mini Cooper. This is a Cooper S convertible. We've got the 124 Mercedes Estate. We've got a 944 Porsche. It's an automatic. Now, just look at this. Talk about a period interior. It really is funky. A lot of the time these Porsches do suffer. The interiors don't wear that well, but this, the seats on this look really great. We've got a Ford P100 pickup, so that's a Sierra based one. It came out with the Cortina. We've got the Ford Consul, really like that. A real rarity here is the Renault Laguna, but it's a 3-litre V6 XK8 Jaguar. They always feature quite well in the sales. We've got the Mercedes CLK convertible. We've got the Daimler 250. Sorry, I'm going from car to car because we've got a lot to get through. The little Bedford Rascal pickup, and this Mitsubishi Galant. That's a 24 valve car, so quite an unusual spec that survived. Lovely colour, great interior. It's no reserve, so an unusual entry into classic car ownership. Automatic, pleasure to drive. Look at that, good to see. XJ40, the shape's really aging well, as is the Puma. Now there's two XJ40s here. Direct from the film company, we have a Cavalier and we have a Vauxhall van. Which way should we go next, Dale? Okay, so Triumph Stag with a hard top, great to see. So this is guided £4,000 to £6,000, automatic with a hard top. Really great British sports car. They do sound lovely with the V8 engine. Got the BMW 728i Auto here. Land Rover makes this one a little bit unusual. It's a 110, but it's left-hand drive. So ideal if you're thinking of doing some longer destinations, traveling, expeditions abroad. What a great thing. 2007. We've got another Cavalier like the police car. We've got TT. We've got the little Morris Mini Traveller here. It's a late 60s one. We've got the Citroen AX. We have MGFs. We've got a great little Mini City. Paint's a bit dull, but looks a cracking little car. Great. If you haven't owned a Mini or driven a Mini, do try and have a go because they are great fun. Next to it, another of the BMW derived Cooper S's, Mondeo ST220. We've got a Daimler Sovereign, we've got a Smart Brabus, we've got an Alphacet. Now that's a cracker. I do love an Alpha. another 2CV TR6. It's one of 2 white cars in the sale. We'll get to that one later. Here's the other Figaro. Now, how many of these? Should we go down all the rows? What do you reckon? We'll go down all the rows. Okay, so this is a car. These look fantastic. 630 BMW Sport. All of them are automatic in this, but with the black roof. Really looks great. Great little city car. Classic Fiat. No, Renault, so I'm going completely mad. I've got Fiats on my head, being that we have the white Uno and the white Panda in, but this is a white Renault 5. Love it. Nissan Almera, and I think this is a one owner car, Dale, isn't it? Let's just have a look, just to remind myself. There's a lot in. Well, it's 28,000 miles. No, last 2 owners were husband and wife who'd had it from 2001, so great to see. We've got a Mondeo, earlier Mondeo there. Rover, the 75 Tourer, and its saloon body. So it's the 2.5 litre V6, similar engine to the XS earlier, and this has the 2 litre BMW diesel engine. Now, I had one of these years ago, and they were really frugal. Had a nice turn of speed. They're a great looking car, just a cracking load lugger, practical classic. That's a manual, and in here we have this as an automatic, both with leather. Another Mondeo, and then we have this is a locally owned Land Rover Series 3 Safari. So it's a long wheelbase. It's the 109-inch wheelbase, fitted with an overdrive gearbox, if you can just see in there. Really important on one of these, if you're using them regularly, just have that, just drops your revs when you're driving. You have front freewheeling hubs, and you've got some fairly meaty off-road tyres. Now, our vendors own this, I think, since the 1990s, from memory. Low 95, Dale's just said 93, sorry. So really great car. Another MGF. We've got a Volvo V70R as well in the sale. E240 Mercedes just to my right here, and one of 2 Toyota Hiluxes. Now, this is a 2-wheel drive model, and we've got a 4-wheel drive model. Really emerging, because so many of these have gone abroad, so many of these have been exported, so many of them have been worked, so it's nice to see one that survived in pretty genuine condition. Jaguar XJS, the Ford Transit. Now, what a great car. Oh, it's a great van. It's a 1990. We've got the little pickup, and we have here to my left, there's the F-150 Harley Davidson pickup as well. We've got the Triumph 2000. No brakes with this, but it does start and drive. It's a manual overdrive gearbox. Great colour. We'll be running it through, but there's only a handbrake on that. This is a little bit unusual. So you say, oh, it's a Vauxhall Astra. It's not. It's an Opel Kadett, which was the European spec Vauxhall Astra, but it's right-hand drive. So obviously quite an unusual car. Great to see. Entered no reserve. We've got a Honda Civic Type R, great little future classic, to see where that will go. Another Mini. This is a British Open limited edition with this full length sort of Webasto type sunroof. You've got half leather seats inside, rev counter, wooden dash. Really great little thing. Jaguar. This is a 240. It's a 1960. What year are we on this? Sorry, just bear with me. So it should actually be a Mark II, not a 240, just listed down as a 240. We'll just have to change that. So it's a 1961. So this is a Mark II 2.4 manual overdrive. A little bit of a project car, but good to see. BMW. Now, these are really super to drive. It's something that you could really use every day. It's a daily car, but it's a little bit special. It's a 2005, so we're coming on to 18 odd years old. This is a 330 CI convertible. Great, you've got the convertible roof, automatic, you've got these lovely sports leather seats, supercar, and I would think this would do very well. Our vendor says that it drives perfectly, so really great to see. The Jaguar XJSC. So this is not the full convertible, it's the cabriolet, and this is a 3.6 with the 5-speed manual gearbox. Quite a lot of these XJSCs were 3.6 manual cars. I'm not sure why they didn't make many other ones. I would actually go as far as to say that it is my favourite combination for an XJS. The straight 6 engine and the 5-speed manual gearbox just works well. This is a great little working car. It's a 2003 Cherokee diesel. I think if you're into towing things around, you maybe have a little race car or you take a car to shows, great. It's got a tow bar, good to use. Another little SLK, we have the Jeep Cherokee. Now I love this boxy shape, they really do come into their own. It's 4-litre auto. We've got the other Hilux. We have this little Rover 100 Knightsbridge. So I think it's showing about 44,000 miles. We've got a BMW Z4 3-litre and 2 great barges. Now the Ford to my left, so it's the Mark IV. Not many of these survived, so the Zodiacs were a really popular car, and this was a bit of a break from the norm in terms of styling, but I think they've really come into their own. It's a great big barge of a car. You've got loads of dials and gauges, automatic, and then of course you have this rather nice Humber Imperial. Great colour, very much the typical British barge. Lovely to see that. Volvo 940 Wentworth limousine, so it's a 6-door limousine with division, great fun. The XR3i convertible. Should we go out here and then should we mention these? Yeah. Yep, okay, so we'll mention those on the way back. Okay, so
explain what's happening now.
What's happening here? We've got quite a lot of projects in this car. We've got the Scottish collection, and then we've got our usual entries. So on Saturday, all of the ones here you see will be going through, and then the ones inside will be going through on Sunday. So we're starting off with the E-Type Series 1 shell and later bonnet. FSO Polonaise, they all vanished. I remember seeing one of these, you know, I think they were the cheapest car you could buy brand new in the day. A really rare survivor, and it had loads of interest. A rather sorry looking MGA. Now this has come from Scotland. The MGA and the Frog Eye Sprite, we didn't even know they were in a lean-to. We pulled them out. They are rather tired, but if you're brave, certainly they would be a very rewarding project. And who knows one of these? Who's owned one of these? It's a Paramount Roadster. Aluminium body over a wooden, probably an ash frame on a tubular steel chassis. 1950, super rare. I've never sold one. So we've got a Series 1 80-inch Land Rover, the Frog Eye, which we mentioned before, and then this is an 86-inch Series 1 station wagon. Quite a rare beast, being the station wagon. So they're all be coming through. Now out here, we'll just start down at, where should we start? Let's start down at the end, and we will have a look at this bit of a project. The screen is out. It's quite impressive to look at. So it's a 61 International Harvester. So a lot of the American buses of the period were based on this chassis. Apparently that chassis can be unbolted and extended. You can change the length of it. I don't know much about these, but a really great project. This Fiat Barchetta, now it's in the non-runner section. It does run. Our vendor actually drove it here. Unfortunately, en route, the sump started leaking, so it's draining its oil. So the safest thing is to just sell it as a non-runner, but it does run and drive, obviously once the sump replacing. Porsche 944 S2 Cabriolet is a project behind us, quite interesting. Rover P2, it's the Rover 10, and then we've got this Morris 10 next to it. Two really genuine, honest looking cars. Got the Austin A35. Now this came from the Suffolk collection. We've got the Lagonda, which is fitted with a Jaguar XK engine, and rather quaint little Simca Aronde. So this is a 1950s one, mid-50s. XJ40 project car there, and this looks like you really just want to get stuck into it. It's a Mini Sprite, so it's a little bit of a later Mini. Just looks like it's been left for a while. Just properly want to have a go. Straightforward restoration. Mini Cooper S, a bit of a project, but we all know how rare they are and very worthwhile, and the parts availability is fantastic. We've got the Series 3 long wheelbase as well, and here, what an eyeful. So it's a Lincoln Continental for 1965. These cars are so super advanced, but we'll be showing more of that a little bit later. The rear suicide doors, such an advanced car for the year. We've got two little Ferguson tractors. We've got a diesel and we've got the petrol paraffin model, and then we've got this stunningly restored. It's a Dodge tipper. I think it's about a 13-ton. Andy, our lorry driver, took it down the road for the videos. The tipping body works. It's in fantastic order. Local Norfolk number plate as well. But what a cracking thing. It's been done so well. Paints beautiful, chassis all blacked. Really great to see. So that pickup truck, the tipper, sorry, is going through on Sunday. Everything else that we have seen so far is going through on Saturday. So let's now go through and start on the Sunday. So on to Sunday now. Automobilia, I will just say, takes place on both Saturday and Sunday prior to the sale. We start that at 10 o'clock. We will just show you a little bit of that later. At 12 o'clock on Sunday, we'll be starting with the bikes. Now we've got 36 bikes, ranging from this little really cute Benelli child's bike through to a Rally Wisp, an Aerial 3, three-wheeler, real oddity. I think BSA were ahead of their time, but sadly it didn't quite work out for them. But a really great thing. If you've got a collection of bikes, you need one of those. We've got some really wonderful modern metal. We've got the little Yamaha Townos. We've got the Honda XL250. I think my favourite bike is this little Ossa Trials. I really love it. Ex James May collection previously. We've got the SL175 and a really superb example of the FS1E, the little fizzy. Loads of people had these when they were growing up or wanted one, and this is in exceptional condition. I think it's about a 75 machine, superbly restored and would grace any collection. The 69 race, the 2019 little Honda monkey bike, 125cc, virtually no miles on it. Yamaha little 50cc Trials, but road registered. To my left, we've got some classic British BSA and Triumph machinery, both with great plates. We've got 5343 MH and 5882 MG. Very suitable for classic car ownership. Royal Enfield, slightly trial spec, and we've got the RD400, another superb machine, and this fantastic collection of scooters, Lambretta and Vespa. So really good to see those going through. I will then go through to this hall, and we won't do it in the order that the cars are going to be sold, but we'll just go through them as we're passing them. Fantastic Ferrari 360 Modena. I'm told this is one of only 3 in this wonderful burnt orange colour. It really does look the part. Great looking car, super fun. With the Vauxhall Corsa here. Now this is a little bit special. It's a GSI, isn't it? The Corsa. And here we have lights, thank you very much. Another Vauxhall, fast Vauxhall, the GTE. Stunning Rover P4. We've got this fantastic Austin Healey, and just behind it a fantastic Bentley. This really is a beautiful car. It's their W12 engine, I think 600 horsepower again, but look how sumptuous and comfortable that is. Really like that car. MGC GT, we've got another BMW Z3 Coupe, had one in the last sale. Local car, one of my favourite shapes is this BMW 3 litre CSI. What a car, absolutely stunning. It's a manual example, would grace any collection. Moving on to the back, let's just go and have a little look. Sorry, I'm just darting from one to the other. Two BMWs together. We did just feature them in a previous video. We've got the E21 6-cylinder 2 litre, and we've got the E30 as well, with the Alpina parts on it. It's an evocation, but what just great looking cars. This is a real survivor. Trump Stag, lovely colour. And Dale, this is one that you particularly like, don't you? What a colour. What a practical car. It is absolutely huge as an estate car. Again, you just don't see these around. I love the little strip dial speedometer as well. Daimler just to my right in a very, very period colour with the Everflex roof. And we have this great big GMC. Now, how many seats? Is this a 9-seater? 9-seater. It is enormous. Drives spot on. Great big bench seat in the front. So you've got 3 in the front. You've got 3 in the middle. Just look at that comfortable interior. And then you have, there we are. Then you have 3 in the back. And still, behind the seats in the back, you've still got a massive boot. What could be more practical? Great Land Rover. This is a 2001 TD5. Had a lot of money spent on it. Just looks like a very well sorted machine. Sounds fantastic. Got a real great crack to the exhaust. Lovely interior. Showing 78,000 on the clock. A very rare car is this Humber. Two-tone. I think two-tone does suit these cars very, very well. Very, very elegant. And this car is only being sold due to gentlemen's or vendors' a sort of declining health. But really, really great car. Quite a bit of interest in that. And talking of unusual, and do look at the video, Freddie and myself had a great day going down, not 15 or so, 20 miles away, and we picked this up from our vendor. So it's a right-hand drive Fiat estate. It's a 2,300 estate, cracking car. So 6-cylinder. You've got a split tailgate, which I don't know if you can see. It's just lovely. Very, very practical. And I'll be interested to see how that goes. We've got the Willis Jeep 1945. We've got the Mark 1 Cortina. We've got the Zephyr 6 to my left, and this Corsair to my right. Now, I quite like standard wheels on cars, but these I really like. They're deep dish wheels, and they just suit it very, very well. Apparently it's a great driving car. It really does look a picture. Very, very tidy inside. We've got the Piaggio Ape. We've got the Frog Eye Sprite. Should we start down here and then go through? Right. So, Golf Mark 1 GTI track day car. This is the 17,000 mile MG ZS. We've got another BMW Z4. We have a mini pickup, a minivan. Really great fun. I had one of these in the past. Really enjoyed bombing around Norfolk in that. We've got the Sierra Estate. Now this is super low mileage, from memory 13,000, yes, in black. Very, very rare, great to see. Huge interest in this purple wonder here. So I love the alloy wheels. I love the colour. It's quite rare because it's an Austin 1300 GT. So really, really great to see. There's a video, should be online fairly soon, about this. I was talking to our vendor for some time about this and his love of Land Rovers. He spent several years, he spent most of his life in and around Land Rovers. He's an ex-military man, but he drove this all the way here from Kent without fault. Not many people who enter Series Land Rovers would take on that journey, so that's really, really great to see, and a great vote of confidence in that machine. The pickup, the F250 behind me, the Ford, sounds epic. Love the livery, how it's how it's all stickered up with the chilies. I don't know if you can just see there. David took this out, I think, with Freddie for the filming, and there he came back with a huge smile on the face. The Nissan Prairie. Now, I never thought that we'd ever see one of these in a classic car sale, but I totally and utterly get it. I really like this car. Dynamically, very, very advanced. So when this came out, I think it was the first production car to have a sliding rear door. And if you have a look here, it's totally pillarless, so access is unbelievably simple. You've got early Japanese build quality, which we know is very, very good. So yeah, great. Oh, you've got to release it from the handle there. Yeah, really, really great car. The Rolls-Royce 2025. Doesn't that look like an awful lot of motor for the guide? So we're guiding that 15 to 20,000. It's a beautiful pre-war Rolls-Royce. I really, really like it. Reminds me of a TV series growing up, which was Darling Buds of May with Pop Larkin, David Jason, driving a similar car, but it was bright yellow. Now I'm going to tell you about this TR6 here. This has been owned by our vendor and his wife for the past 47 years, and during his ownership I think it's only covered about 9 or 10,000 miles. It's been used very sparingly. It comes with an original factory hardtop which is included in the sale, but it's really good to see such a genuine, honest and original car, so I really like that. The Jaguar drop head behind me, super elegant, and what a beautiful little Morris Minor convertible. Really does look the part. Great colour, great combination, and that's about a 1969. Now this is super rare. It's a Renault K1. Now I think this is a farmer's bodied vehicle. It has been restored superbly well. Our vendor restored it himself over quite a period of time. The attention to detail is exceptional. It's a fantastic finish. The paint, just how everything goes together, the interior, how the doors shut. So really great big thumbs up and a well done to him. But what an unusual car. Very rare to see. I'm going to mention this, what should we mention? Massey Ferguson 35. Now have you noticed that if you just come to the front, you'll see that this is narrow body, so it's a vineyard tractor. So really great. If you haven't got loads of room, if you've got some tight spaces, this is the tractor for you. You don't have a great big exhaust stack either. Narrow width. It's had an engine rebuild, I think about 3 years ago, that cost about £4,000. Cracking little tractor, really like that. We've got the Austin 7 Opel here, and what an 80s or piece of 80s nostalgia, a Porsche 911 in Guards red with a black interior and this great big whale tail spoiler. What could be any more 80s than that? We will finish off in here, I'll tell you what. So we've got this lovely MGB Roadster, we've got the Bentley Arnage. Now this Lancia, it's a boxer, 4-cylinder boxer engine. Dale, sorry just to call you back, but can I just show the interior here? So I think the brakes have been rebuilt, but look at these dials and switches. Absolutely fantastic. Bench seat, column change, really unusual. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Little Flavia saloon, so really like that. We haven't looked at it yet, is the Aston Martin V8. Now what a car. I grew up always wanting one of these, and in this colour It really, really does look a picture. Sounds amazing. Just what more can be said? Beautiful Mercedes Pagoda to my left. It's a left-hand drive example. And we also have another, this is the second Bentley Continental GT. Now this has been owned by our vendor since it was just a few years old. He's a local farmer, and he's had it looked after by all the right people. So it's had main dealer, it's had specialist servicing, people such as Colbrooks as well. It's got the Mulliner interior, it's had a fortune spent on it. It's this beautiful green colour. One of the nicest examples I've seen. Direct from a Ford main agent is this Ford Mustang. Really, really good to see. Should we go into this hall before we go in here? Right, okay. We'll finish off in the hall. We've got the little Westfield that's only just been completed, and we have, where are we? This great little kit car. So you can have a lot of fun with both of these cars. This is a Robin Hood, and that's the little Westfield, or like the Lotus 11. Following through, Bristol. My goodness me, you don't see many of these on the road. They are a large car. They're so distinctive. They've got a great big Chrysler V8 engine, so you've got quite exotic looks with some dare I say simple but quite powerful mechanics. Another Land Rover Series 3. We have another Mini Cooper. We've got an E-Type. Now this is an automatic 2+2, really, really great to see. We've got the little Citroen Dolly just over there, and a Corvette convertible. Don't often see the convertibles over here. We've had several of the Corvettes. The 107 SL always sells well, and we're not prepared yet fully, so you'll see bonnets up and you'll see little handwritten stickers ready for tomorrow's viewing. They'll all be taken off and it'll be back to normal. Little mini Clubman. We've got this stunningly yellow Alfa Romeo Spider, and we have the Rolls-Royce Silver Spur. So the Spur is the long wheelbase version of the Spirit, and this is quite a later car on an M reg. BMW 635 CSI, Golf R32. They're getting huge interest in these now. It's a manual car. They're a car, I think if you look on the internet, we can see which cars are generating the most hits, and this is right up there. So it's a modern classic, but a lot of people can relate to it, so it's really good to see the next generation of car enthusiasts coming forwards. Golf convertible, great to see. We've got this fantastic special. We'll probably talk about that in a later video, but you've got a great big American V8 engine. It sounds epic, really good to see. We have the Jaguar XJ6. We've got the little green midget. Over in the corner is the Daimler DS 420 limousine, and this really fantastic. So Morris, a Land Crab. It's the Morris 1800 Land Crab. I took this out for the video. They are so spacious inside. They're so like really narrow pillars. They're a great car. Really like that. Range Rover P38 in a beautiful shade of green, and I do believe that is woodcut green, which is a very similar colour, or same colour as the MGR V8. Ford V8 Pilot. This is a cracker. Really good looking car. And this Granada 2.8. Now this has been restored. A fortune has been spent on this. A vendor tells me that I think he spent, or it owes him something like £20,000. We're guiding it at 9 to 11. And then we have the Neil Bray Ford Capri Mark 1 race car. Really good to see. The final haul of cars is through here, and then we'll finish up and I'll just show you a little bit of the Automobilia. So starting off in here, we've got two little Fiats. We've got a 500L right-hand drive, quite unusual. I think this car was subject to much restoration work about 10 years ago. It's then stood, the engine seized, the paint's peeling off. Great little project for someone. Then we have the little Fiat Topolino, which came from the Suffolk collection. In fact, we need to mention those cars when we go to the Automobilia. They're in the main hall. Little Austin 7, and we've got more Austins here we are, Austin 10 Cambridge. Guys just sticking up the stickers. Some bikes ready for the next auction in January. Middle Mini 1275 GT, Morris 14, that should be a 6, and the the Jaguar Mark II 3.8 manual overdrive, and the little Austin 8 behind it. And then we're going to be talking about the Scottish cars. If you haven't seen the video, just do go online. It might be of interest to you, but we decamped a number of us up to Scotland for a few days. Fascinating site, very dilapidated barn, and we pulled out some interesting cars. Amongst them are the MGA over here. There's two MGAs, one outside, this little Consul Capri, this Plymouth Coupe, this Jaguar 1.5 litre saloon. This survived. I just love the doors on this. It just shuts so well, even after all those years in a barn. We have a Bentley Mark 6, and that's a 4.5 litre. Most of those are 4.25. We've got a Jaguar XK 150. We have a super rare 1959 Corvette C1. Now the engine's out, we've got a pile of parts that goes with it, but it's very rare that it comes with a hard top, so really good to see. We've got a 1963 E-Type Series 1 Roadster that doesn't come with a bonnet, but it's been stored in a barn for years and years and years. Just near Dale, Bondbug. Now I think we hold the record for the highest auction price of a Bondbug in the UK. I don't think we're going to achieve it with this. I've never seen one in this colour scheme, so we've left the muck on it and the tree leaves, etc. Good to see. We've got an XK 140 fixed head coupe, and not part of the collection but in the sale is this E-Type Series 2 project as well. So I think we've covered most of the cars here. There are 3 more cars which I should have mentioned as we walk past them. They'll be going through on the Sunday as well, so we'll just mention that, we'll just point out those 3 cars. Sorry for walking with my back to you, but I'm no good at walking backwards. I'll fall over something. So just here we have, from the same owner, a little 1960 Isetta. Now this car, so I like my number plates. NG, it means it's a Norfolk car, it's a Norfolk number plate. If you look on the little sticker, R. Carley, supplied in Fakenham by R. Carley. Really, really great to see. We've then got a Heinkel Trojan. No, it's not. It's the cabin cruiser. Sorry, I forget. Now both of those, same vendor, being offered no reserve. And from the Suffolk collection, we have this 1946 Triumph 1800 Roadster. I just love to get cleaning that car. As far as I'm aware, now I've been doing some delving into this, and the chassis number is TRD 21. Now, unless someone can put me right, I believe it's the second oldest Triumph 1800 Roadster. So unless you can prove me wrong, or I'd love your comments, it'd be great to hear from you. This is all part of the Automobilia, the little Sinclair C5. We've got Land Rovers and the little Beetle, etc. And we will just go through to the artwork. So a little bit unusual in this sale, that part of the sale, we always have the Automobilia, which we'll show you. We have some really fantastic studio design work. So this has come from John Worker, and he worked for BMC. Now just have a look at these. Are all originals, absolutely stunning. So some of these shapes will be quite familiar to you. You can see Austin Morris, you know, the little 1100 or 1300 there. You can see marinas, you can see trucks, coaches. There we are, there's a Marina here, TC, Land Crab. So these are all designs. Some of them would have made it into production, some of them should have made it into production. Just look at that, that would have been fantastic. But really, really good. And we also have in the sale some original artwork and some lithographs and prints from Francesco Scianna. Here's his original paintings over here. So they're forming part of the sale. Really, really dramatic, fantastic. You can really see the movement in those. We'll go on. As I said, you'll have to take us how we are at the moment because there's still a lot of work taking place. There's cleaning products everywhere. We're not yet fully set up. Signs on the walls, as you can see, all around there. We had loads, and we'll just close up in here. So how do you get involved? If you're interested in coming, I'll just reiterate, it's taking place on Saturday and Sunday, the 4th and 5th of November in Kings Lynn, Norfolk, and the year is 2023, just in case you're watching this in the future. Viewing takes place on Thursday, so tomorrow and Friday, all day up until 5 o'clock. So please come down. We'd love to see you. Come down, look at the cars, look at the paperwork, have a peruse, have a cup of tea, have a bacon roll. You're more than welcome to come down. You can attend the sale in person, or you can bid online, live over the internet, or via the telephone, or you can leave a commission bid. So lots of options for you, and this just gives you an idea. We've got two J40 pedal cars here. We've got a little Pathfinder, loads of signs. Sorry, I'm just losing my voice. Some original, some reproduction, some modern. Great wall coverings, really, really good to see. Duckham's, BP. This most fantastic collection of badges, apparently removed off an SSK Mercedes many, many years ago. But I think you get the gist. There are a huge amount of lots in this sale. So we'd love to hear from you. Do get in touch. Do pop down, make the effort. We're in Kings Lynn, PE30 4NB is the postcode. So if you're just wondering where we are, PE30 4NB. Do get in touch and take very much good care of yourself. Thank you.